Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
As we search for a drug to treat the COVID-19 disease, many experts have zeroed in on a specific enzyme in our bodies that is the entry point for the SARS-CoV-2 virus. This is the angiotensin converting enzyme 2 or the ACE2 receptor. The ACE2 receptor is a zinc-containing enzyme that is present on the surface of many types of human cells, and it is this receptor that the SARS-CoV-2 virus latches on to. The spike protein on the surface of the virus attaches to the cells through this receptor, much like putting a key into a lock, and then the virus infiltrates the cell and then multiplies inside of it. The ACE2 enzyme is found on the cell membranes of cells in lungs, arteries, heart, kidney, and intestines. The ACE2 enzyme is not just the entry point for the SARS-CoV-2 virus alone, but it has also been the entry point for multiple other viruses, including a couple of other coronaviruses such as the HCoV NL63 and the previous SARS-CoV-1 virus. Earlier, researchers thought it was present only in the lungs, kidneys, heart, and gut cells, but we've recently discovered that it is also present in people's noses, which we did not know earlier during the first SARS outbreak. It is also present in the mouth as well, and this new information has enabled better understanding of even the SARS disease. We know that exposure to cigarette smoke, both first-hand and second-hand smoking, does increase the expression of the ACE2 receptor in the respiratory tract. And we also know that by contrast, quitting smoking decreases the abundance of the ACE2 receptors. The main function of this ACE2 enzyme is to counterbalance the ACE enzyme, which converts a form of the angiotensin hormone to induce vasoconstriction, or causing the blood vessels in our bodies to contract and constrict. This induces high blood pressure. The ACE2 enzyme combats this action of ACE and induces vasodilation. So the blood vessels are dilated and the blood pressure is brought down. As a result, the ACE2 enzyme, which has this ability of vasodilation, can sometimes be an important ingredient in the treatment of hypertension or high blood pressure and diabetes. It also helps in controlling inflammation during other injuries. Something else that can stop ACE from constricting blood vessels and causing high BP is an ACE inhibitor. As the name suggests, ACE inhibitors prevent ACE from producing angiotensin 2, which is what causes the blood vessels to constrict. ACE inhibitors are available on the market and their names usually end with pril, such as benazepril, angiopril, captopril, zonoprazil, etc. There are also angiotensin 2 receptor blockers or ARBs, which are also used to treat high BP. These basically prevent the angiotensin 2 from attaching to the angiotensin 2 receptors, unlike inhibitors which completely prevented the production of angiotensin 2 itself. Both inhibitors and blockers, the ACE inhibitors and ARBs, both lead to a similar outcome of dilating blood vessels and thus lowering the blood pressure. Now, there has been some conflicting reports about whether or not ACE inhibitors and ARBs increase the risk of susceptibility to COVID and make the disease stronger in those who take these treatments. However, the most recent findings seem to suggest that they do not, and people with high BP, especially those who discontinue medication, in fact seem to succumb more to the disease. The World Health Organization (WHO) has also said that the history of use of inhibitors and blockers was not associated with increased severity of COVID. And they also say that there is low certainty evidence that these are not at a higher risk for poor outcomes from COVID. On the other hand, there is strongly documented evidence that withdrawing these treatments can immediately affect the heart badly. Now, despite all of this discussion about inhibitors and blockers, the ACE2 receptor itself is still an important ingredient in the development of drugs for COVID treatment. Some researchers are using the technique of reducing the quantity of ACE2 receptors in our bodies so that the virus has fewer receptors to bind to right at the outset. These kind of drugs are still being developed and they're not yet in human trials. Some companies are doing the exact opposite. They are trying to flood the human body with ACE2 receptors so that the virus gets confused, not knowing where to latch on to. These drugs are also still being developed. We don't know yet for certain if increasing the ACE2 quantities helps in the treatment of the disease, but we do know that decreasing it will definitely be problematic because it won't be able to mitigate the effects of angiotensin II, which is what causes vasoconstrictions. So this will immediately increase the susceptibility to inflammation and organ failure, placing the heart and lungs of our bodies at risk. And the lungs are, of course, the primary site inside our bodies where the virus starts to create actual damage in the body. Therefore, developing drugs like these is extremely challenging and time-consuming. One last interesting point is that it is widely observed globally that men seem to be more susceptible to COVID than women of the same age and conditions are. ACE2 is found in higher concentrations in men. Men's blood contains more quantities of the enzymes than women's blood does, and the receptor is also found in the testes. This increased quantity of ACE2 could be one of the reasons why men are so much more prone to getting infected by COVID than women are. But as with most things related to the novel coronavirus, it's still way too early to conclusively tell, and the science is still evolving. If you liked this video and if you like our science coverage or our video coverage, please consider contributing to us. You can find a link at the top of our website at theprint.in, or you may do so at theprint.in/contribute. This is Sandhya Ramesh from Bengaluru for The Print.